Season 2 of the Pat and JT podcast.
Oh man, I'm here at last. The best time, always gonna be the best. Come on!
Exclusively on the Hurrdat Media Network.
Emails to hey@patandjt.com, or you can text us 402-403-9478. We've got some texts and some emails and some messages to get to. So this morning, 7:30 dentist appointment, which I would think would be for dental hygienists and dentists would be the worst time to see patients, is because everybody has just straight out of bed morning breath.
Well, unless you brush your teeth.
But you can't. Sometimes you just can't brush your teeth enough. You got morning breath. It's just, in general, being a dentist.
Do you use mouthwash at all?
I do.
Which would you use, Listerine, or do you use stupid Close-Up?
No, I have a very funny story about Close-Up that involves my dentist from this morning.
We've had the conversations about your toothpaste before, and then found out, oh my God, it's ADA approved.
If you
Are you kidding me?
I use if you like Listerine, you'll like Target Sterine, like the Target brand.
Oh
whatever.
No,
it's the same. It's exact same ingredients.
Mine has to have the ADA on it.
It does.
And
it has the
Listerine,
ADA.
Yeah, because not all Listerines do. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't
Listerine,
know.
But the wintergreen.
That's why I use wintergreen, and then the purple's also a nice little twist.
The wintergreen in my water pick. So put
so
half Listerine and half water.
Yeah.
And then use your water pick.
It's actually makes it a pleasure.
Oh, yeah. That'll wake you up.
Yeah. So, yeah, I do use mouthwash, and I did not have...
Your poor dentist.
Right,
though.
my poor dentist.
Goodness.
Well, so I get in there. First of all, I get in, and they start digging around, and
Was this a cleaning today?
Yes, just a cleaning.
Oh, okay.
And then it's at a new dentist, so it's like the workaround.
I've got a dentist story, too, then.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
How
I've
fun.
never said that and been happy.
Well, so I'm sitting in the chair, and she's digging around or whatever, and she goes, I have never seen this much plaque or tartar or whatever. Tartar sauce.
What?
I have never seen this much plaque. And I'm like mortified.
Yes. I know.
Absolutely mortified. Just mortified.
Yeah.
And well, come to find out, my wife had her last week and told her to tell me that. Because I'm scared of I love having nice teeth. And she's like, you need to tell him that'll freak him out. So yeah, it was a total.
Oh my God.
punk.
Did you white as a sheet?
You couldn't have pushed a BB up my butt. Yeah, I was like, what?
I haven't done anything wrong.
I'm trying to be so good. So yeah.
My God.
But we did talk about, because I do have like a couple areas down here that gets some buildup. And it's like, well, we can have you do this special toothpaste, blah, 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 or not even special toothpaste, just tartar control, just like basic.
Okay.
And I said, I use, my wife calls it really super trashy toothpaste. We have to go to only a couple Walmarts in town carry it. And I said, it's called Close-Up, and the dental hygienist had never heard of it. And I go, inside, mental note, not a good thing.
She's got that, and she probably never heard of Pearl Drops either.
Probably not. The dentist came in to do the dental whatever, to look at everything, and I asked her. She goes, I think I may have heard of it at some point, but I have no idea. Yeah. And I said to both of them, like, that is not a good sign when your dental team has never heard of the toothpaste used. So I called my wife on the way from the appointment. I'm like, I need to pivot because I need to get something else. It's time to get something that's actually that adults use.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So
have you figured out how you're gonna?
I got some samples. I got some samples. They gave me some. They sprinkled my welcome basket with some samples.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's awesome. That's fantastic.
And a legit welcome basket too. I got a big, huge, like a Yeti style mug. Yeah. I got a stress ball that looks like it has a whole bunch of boba inside there. I'm not kidding you.
Every dentist should have a stress ball, like tub.
Yeah.
Because whenever you get anything done, and wait till you hear about mine. Oh my God.
So what's yours?
Hold on. Okay, I gotta write it down. Okay, so anyway, they should have it because when you go in to get anything done, you're just sitting there like clinching, right?
Right.
If you don't do the sleep stuff. But anyway, that should just be standard. Yeah. Here and just pass them out, 100%.
Man. So for the new patients, they do, and I'll bring it in. It's in my car.
Yeah.
It's one of those. It's a stress ball, but also like inside the ball is a whole bunch of mini balls. So you're like in there just fiddling with them.
Yeah.
Like you can totally take your mind off of them digging around in your mouth.
Exactly right. Mm-hmm. Okay, so my dentist story. Mm-hmm. You might remember pre-pandemic.
Yeah. Barely.
I had made mention of the fact that my hygienist was no longer at my dentist.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do remember that.
That was a big deal.
Mm-hmm. It's a big deal.
I've been with her a long time.
It's like having your favorite masseuse or your hairdresser.
It is. When you go to the dentist, who do you spend the majority of your time with?
I was probably 2 minutes with the actual dentist, and the rest was with the hygienist.
If you're fortunate, right? You're doing it right, and you got a hygienist that you really like.
If you have good teeth like mine, it's 2 minutes tops.
Oh, God.
She looked at my mouth. She goes, "It's boring in here." I swear to God. I'm like, thank you. It's a compliment.
Not the first time he's heard that. Anyway.
That's the name of our podcast, too. It's boring
in here. Anyway. So I couldn't find my hygienist. And of course, understandably, because they know the value of a great hygienist, they don't want you to know where your hygienist goes. And I was thinking about it, like, you know what? My grandma was a hygienist, right? And going to Dr. Becker's was always great. And the other hygienist was Mary. I remember that. Mary and Norma. Those were his two hygienists at the time. And going to the dentist, that's who I spent most of my time with was as a kid. Never had a fear of the dentist until I swapped up dentists when I left. I think Dr. Becker retired, so I had to find a new dentist. And it's like trying to find that new home. And really, I wasn't looking for a new dentist. I was looking for a new hygienist.
Yeah.
And my focus was totally wrong. And so ever since then, I've been kind of floating around. Then, of course, COVID hit, so everybody shut down, and now everything's getting back up and running again. So I see ads for different dental offices, and so I'll click on them and just kind of go to the About Us or here's our team page and scan the faces and look to see if I can find my dentist or my hygienist, Tina. I'm trying to find her. So it's been years, couple, 3 years, and lo and behold, I found her.
By just looking?
A Facebook ad for the dental office came in my timeline.
Yeah.
So I clicked more info. It was a total ad, and I go to the page and I'm like, no. And so I scroll down and there was her name.
No way.
It was her.
Is she within driving distance?
Yes. She's right down the street from where she was.
You found Tina.
I found Tina, so I called their office. I tried to make an appointment online, and it wouldn't do it.
I found Tina.
My Tina.
I found Tina. I don't know which one's better because that's a funny name too.
And so I called because I tried to do it online. It wouldn't take it for whatever reason. So I called, and she answered the phone.
No way. And
this is the weird part.
Did you guys start crying?
I about did.
Yeah.
She answered the phone, and I immediately I'm like, is this okay? I'm a new patient.
Like, this is going to be awkward.
This is going to really sound weird. But I'm a new. I tried to schedule an appointment online. It wouldn't take it. And she says, I think I know you.
Oh, no.
And I said, is this my Tina? She says, is this my Jill? Oh. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to die. And she said the only reason she answered the phone was because the receptionist was busy.
It's a total Jesus thing.
And
it's
she
a
just
God
happened
thing.
to walk by and she says, I don't know how to schedule anybody. She says, I was just going to pick up and say hi and hold on.
No way. What are the odds of that?
What are the odds, right?
Seriously, that's awesome.
I have an appointment on Monday.
Really?
Yes.
Well, congratulations. I'm glad you found your
excited.
your soulmate.
Honestly, just to get back on track, because I was finally comfortable with everything. Everything was, because I had a couple issues, and now
you got your Tina back.
I got my Tina back.
Oh my, I'm very happy for you too.
So it was, it was like, she says, I'm legit welling up. She was getting emotional too. We both were.
Well, then she should have reached out.
So, I don't know if she knew how to get me because, I don't use my real name.
Oh, they don't even know your real name?
Well, she doesn't seem, I don't know.
She probably doesn't.
I don't know if she actually sees. Well, she probably saw my records.
But so it's kind of, let's put this back on Tina a little bit.
I'm not exactly listed.
Well, that's very true. Well, you're listed, but just not on those lists. You're on other lists.
And so then, because then Parkville happened. It was all in that time that she disappeared in that year, and then that happened, then this happened, and everything. And so it probably wasn't exactly a straight line.
Sure. And it wasn't like she's waking up going, I got to call Jill.
No.
Yeah, she probably was busy if got recruited away from there.
Exactly. So all is good. So anyway, a good dentist story. So and on top of it, they have a support dog.
Oh, that's awesome.
So instead of a ball to squeeze,
you can
I'll have a puppy.
You pet a puppy?
Mm-hmm. There's pictures on their website.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, it all shows just little kids holding it, but I'm like,
Like,
no shame. Where's the dog? I want to pet the dog. So I'm super.
That's a great idea.
It is. They have it's a support dog. It looks like a little miniature schnauzer is what it looks like.
That's an awesome idea.
So I'm like, that is fantastic. Yeah. So this is just as like.
It's a big week.
It's huge.
It's a big oral week.
I think it's a real good fit.
Uh-huh.
You got the support dog and my Tina.
Right.
For the love.
You can only have so many names for this podcast. I can't call it. I have my support dog and my Tina. So we're going to have to stop that.
Subtitles.
Subtitle.
Literal subtitle.
Right.
Okay, let's get to text messages.
Well, this one, speaking of the list, the other list that you're on, this one is from, she's 2 texts. The second text that came in said, oh, by the way, this is Mary. So this is from Mary.
Okay.
It says, hey, Pat and GT, absolutely love listening to Rihanna.
Awesome.
Great take on being objective and listening to others and their opinions that are different than your own, which is very true. Side note, I love it when JT puts on her tinfoil hat during a podcast. Speaking of those lists, I have never considered myself a conspiracy theorist until the past year. Is your podcast, Let's Take a Dive, going to get off the ground asking for a friend?
I literally had a dream about it last night.
Did you?
I did.
So
I had a dream. I was like, can I do this myself? Okay, here's the reason why. I was watching Ancient Aliens. God help me. I was watching Ancient Aliens and season 8, which was actually like in 2014 when they quit.
Okay.
And the first 2 episodes, I think for a second, the second episode was Tesla, which I find this whole story of Nikola Tesla fascinating and deserves way more than what they gave it. And then the second one was the reptilians. And talking about reptile people, because you've probably heard the conspiracy theories about and reptilians is on my map, my conspiracy theory map.
You pointed it out before.
And there's a lot to it. That's legit, like literally mentioned in the Bible. Like literally,
I don't remember them saying, and Jesus talketh to the reptilians.
The reptilians, they called them something else, but I will find it because I watched that episode and I was like, this is the kind of crap I want to do. This is the kind of stuff I want to talk about.
Well, then you need to do it.
And so I need to figure out, do I do it myself or am I doing it?
I think you start it yourself and bring in guests. You are literally 14 feet away from a recording studio every day. Every day.
So I need to find some experts locally that like this crap too.
Okay,
like I do.
You know some local.
I know
experts.
some.
So
I know
therefore,
some.
This doesn't lock you into a co-host either. Then you're hosting it. Then you can bring in.
I want to bring in people that like particular conspiracies because like Rihanna knows about. She's got a ton of that stuff that she's. Yeah. But some of the stuff that I'm attracted to, idea. She looks at me cross-eyed because it's like, you think you're weird or she thinks she's weird, right?
Yeah.
It's like, no.
Right. And when somebody like Rihanna looks at you cross-eyed, you know that's a little off.
I really,
because she considers herself way woo-woo.
Way woo-woo.
Yeah.
And but seeing that episode, that got me thinking, and then I literally had a dream about it last night.
Well,
and
Mary,
it's like, Mary, I need to do it.
And Mary,
I do.
Mary, she texted us this morning.
Get out.
Yeah. So maybe I'm telling you, this is a little nudge. Yeah.
Synchronicities.
Yeah.
Synchronicities.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, so I think that might be a good idea because it looks like the last 2 seasons of Ancient Aliens, is kind of a good, what do you want to say, a path or
launching point?
Launching. They kind of lay out some great
guidelines.
Topics.
Gotcha. Okay.
That we could take a look at because the reptilian thing blew my mind in the episode that's from, like I said, 7 years ago. But I'd never heard the Bible reference, and it literally shows it in the Bible where they're talking about it. And then you've got ancient statues where you see the people that have the reptile or dragons, right? Dragons, where dragons come from? They're all around the world. People talk about dragons. They're dragon stories.
Yeah.
But you don't see any bones of a dragon somewhere.
Or do you?
That
needs to be episode 2.
Okay,
so Let's Take a Dive. So
anyway, thank you for that,
Mary. Thanks for tickling her on that one.
Yes.
This is Katie. Says hi. It's Katie. Yes, I thought I was the only one who thinks it's so weird nobody ever says goodbye on TV. Whole bunch of laughing faces. Also, so annoying that when they show text messages, the first text. It's the first text they've ever sent a person. Rolly eyes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys are so literal.
Yes. Thank you. I appreciate that one.
It's the first text they sent somebody.
Thank you.
Okay. Hi, this is Jennifer. Can you guys do another get together like we did at Paisans? Mm-hmm.
That's a great idea.
Maybe a Toon Blast party, something like that. Season 3 premiere, something like that.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, we did.
I
that was
how
fun.
You're crumpling them all up after you read them.
Yep. Well, because I got to fit in this little trash can over here.
How many trees did you just kill?
You know what? Talking to the wrong guy.
I know. Yeah.
Talking to the wrong guy.
Okay.
Okay. So this is. Actually, no. This is not the right. We'll save this for another one because this is a different kind of a different themed.
I have one from Courtney.
Okay.
And said, listening to the podcast yesterday, I used to drive my dad when he was too loaded to drive himself too.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Good. Good.
I'll never forget when I was 16, I drove my dad home. He was in the front seat with the seat laid back, half asleep. And I did a California roll with a stop sign. He criticized me for not coming to a complete stop. At 16, I told him, if you're too drunk to drive, you're too drunk to criticize.
Smart kid. Smart kid. That's hilarious. If you're too drunk to drive, you're too drunk to criticize.
And again, a great title for the podcast.
But dang it, we can only have 7.
Only so far. So many will fit. So, all right. So, Mary, thank you. Because that definitely is in the forefront now. I think it's just taken some time for this to crystallize because there was a lot going on over the last 2 or 3 years.
Mm-hmm. There was
a lot of things came to light and some of it was very, very dark that came to light. But then also it's the fun stuff that it just makes you wonder. It's like, why do people have conspiracy theories? That's another whole topic. Why do people need that? Why do people need the idea of
that's
to be real,
that's a good
right?
Yeah, that's a good point. It really is. Okay, so thanks, Mary.
Awesome.
We appreciate that one.
Okay.
Okay, so you can get to, we'd love to read your text at 402-403-9478 or anywhere on social media. It's Pat and JT.
Oh, yeah.
Pat and JT Podcast, a Hurrdat Media Production.